Hello, my name is Tara Warwick and I'm an occupational therapist. Today I'm going to talk to you about social entrepreneurship. First, I want to start by asking you the question, why did you get into occupational therapy? Well, if you are like me, I got into the field to make a difference in other people's lives. If you are also like me, you have difficulty balancing patient care, documentation, and of course, all of your personal and family needs. We are pulled in so many different ways. In this video, I want to challenge you to add another piece to your busy portfolio. I challenge you to consider becoming a social entrepreneur. What is a social entrepreneur? Let's start by taking a look at the definition of entrepreneur. It comes from the French economy as early as the 17th and 18th century, meaning someone who undertakes a significant project or activity. The goal of an entrepreneur is to stimulate economic growth by finding new and better ways of doing things. Now, let's look at a social entrepreneur. A social entrepreneur are entrepreneurs with a social mission. The goal of a social entrepreneur is based on their mission versus wealth creation. Here are a few examples of social entrepreneurs who have made large impacts for occupational justice in our country. The first one is a woman named Mary Switzer. She was an advocate of federal aid to local communities and health enterprises. She took over vocational rehabilitation in our country, harmonizing private and public power. She created the cornerstone for President Eisenhower's domestic social welfare program using a rehabilitation model. The second one is Clifford Beers. Clifford Beers created a national and ultimately international movement in the area of mental illness. This movement began with his autobiography, A Mind That Found Itself. Beers surrounded himself, just like Switzer, with important people who could impact decision-making in the country. Beers was one of the main organizers and inspiration behind the National Committee on Mental Hygiene. Both of these social entrepreneurs had creativity, passion, leadership, drive, and motivation toward their missions. How can we as occupational therapists become social entrepreneurs? Well, I'm glad you asked. I'm going to discuss 5 characteristics of social entrepreneurs as it relates to our field of occupational therapy. Social entrepreneurs play the role of change agents in the social sector by these characteristics. The first one is they adopt a mission to create and sustain social value, not just private value. So maybe as an occupational therapist, you want to start a program in your school to support mental health across the school for all students. A program like this would be a great mission that would sustain value over time. Second, as a social entrepreneur, you are recognizing and relentlessly pursuing new opportunities to serve your mission. So in order to start this mental health program in your school, you're going to have to constantly, relentlessly pursue opportunities for grants, for funding, while also including those key stakeholders in all these opportunities. The third thing is engaging in a process of continuous innovation, adaptation, and learning. So we all know the importance of education as occupational therapists. You will need to equip yourself with the most evidence to support your mission. This might come through online learning, peer collaboration, and always finding new and innovative ways to implement your program. The next thing as a social entrepreneur is you're going to have to act boldly without being limited by resources currently in hand. First, you might get some pushback. You might have administrators and teachers telling you that you don't have the time or the resources. However, this will not stop you. You will continue to act boldly because you believe in your mission. The last thing is, as social entrepreneurs, we have to exhibit heightened accountability to the constituencies served and for the outcomes created. As occupational therapists, we also know the importance of data-based decisions. Within your program, you will collect data to ensure that your program is making a difference to support your students and the key stakeholders. Social entrepreneurs have behaviors that are exceptional. If you have these behaviors, think about taking a small step towards becoming a social entrepreneur. Here are some ideas to get you started. First, start with a small mission. Think of something small that you could do right now, something that you're passionate about, something that you would like to make better. So start with something small. The next thing is create a community of practice with the mission in mind. Find other people with that same passion of yours that can join you in supporting this mission and create a community of practice. Expand on something that you are already doing. So don't think you have to start some brand new mission. There's probably something that you're already doing in your current practice that you could make better, that you could see the bigger picture and find more innovative ways to make that mission better. The last thing is find ways to make a larger system you are currently with more effective and or efficient. As occupational therapists, we're very good at task analysis and problem solving. So use that skill to help find those holes or those gaps in systems that you're working with and find ways to make those systems more efficient and are effective. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you will take one small step toward becoming a social entrepreneur.